Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Thank you for clicking on my pretty face. I hope that you enjoy this video that I'm about to discuss. It's going to be a pretty serious topic of discussion, so let's get to it. So in this video, I want to talk about mental health awareness, my personal experiences regarding mental health and surrounding mental health, just to give some insight, some encouragement, motivation, empowerment to anyone who may be watching this video right now. So if you aren't familiar, I assume that pretty much everybody in most of society is familiar with mental health. I'm pretty sure if you don't know anybody that has a mental health diagnosis, that you are still aware of what it means to have a mental health diagnosis and what that topic means in general. I don't want to provide information on it because I'm not a mental health specialist. I'm a social worker, but I'm not a mental health specialist, so I don't want to give information that's incorrect. But what I can say is that mental health essentially is an impairment, right, of one's biological makeup, of one's mind. And so I just want to, because I know there's a lot of stigmas and stereotypes regarding mental health. A lot of people are afraid to speak up about mental health if they are experiencing it for themselves. They feel ashamed. They feel as though people may think of them differently. They may make fun of them. They may not be accepted. It's just a lot of different things that people struggle with regarding mental health. And I just want this video today to be comforting in explaining that, like, it's okay, right? If you have a mental health diagnosis or you know someone, it's all right. You're not the only one. There's thousands of people, millions of people who may have a mental health personal experience or may know someone that does. There are a lot of people in the society that work in the field surrounding mental health, and it's okay. And I want to speak specifically on my knowledge, right? So what I'm saying, what I'm going to say is it's me, right? It's B-males. Like, I don't know you. I don't know your personal situations, your family, your opinions, right? We all have our own, okay? So specifically in my culture, the African American culture, mental health is sometimes seen as a negative thing. It's seen typically as in, oh, you're fine, you're just upset, or you're just going through something, or you be all right, or you crazy, things like that. And in my culture, it's a generational and a culture thing, whereas African Americans, you don't go out telling your business to anybody, right? You keep your situations in the family. And that's really unhealthy, right? Because a lot of times you can have a mental health diagnosis, or you could have been through trauma. You could have experienced and or witnessed molestation, experienced and or witnessed physical, sexual, emotional abuse, right? Drugs, anything, a number of things that anybody, not for just my culture, but for anybody, you may have witnessed several things, but specifically in my culture, it's before, I should say, a while ago, it was looked down on about going to therapy and talking to somebody. It's like, you don't need to do that. Just work it out or get over it or suppress it. And I can't say if I kind of took on that cultural mindset myself, because I experienced a few things in my childhood that were traumatic for me. They may not be traumatic for somebody else, but they were traumatic for me. And I hope that soon I can make a video about those experiences specifically, because I know that they will benefit somebody. Anywho, So I went through things, and as the years went on, the pain went on, the hurt went on. The pain didn't go away. It didn't get better. It just built on and built on and built on because I continued to suppress it. I knew that I needed therapy. I knew that I had to get it off my chest, but I wasn't ready. Um, so I knew that I needed it, but then a part of me was like, you're okay, you're fine, girl, whatever, you'll be all right. You've gotten over this long, right? It's been 3 years now, you're okay. It's been 5 years now, you're fine. But I wasn't fine, right? So, and in my profession as a social worker, in the profession of social work, I should say, I'm constantly working with families, constantly listening to their stories. I'm constantly taking on their trauma, their abuse, their, you know what I mean, everything that they've been through. And so when you are in the field, working in the field of social work, and you've been through your own trauma and you hear these things, it's a trigger. Like it brings on your pain, your issues, and that's what was happening. And I would listen to my clients, and I was like, I can't. This is because at the end of the day, I was hurting myself because I wasn't healing. I wasn't helping myself heal, but I'm helping somebody else heal. You can't help nobody if you can't help yourself. Everybody knows that, right? So I had, to talk with myself. I had to pray about it. I talked to my brother about it. And I had made the decision, like, it's time to get help. I need help. I want to be a better person for myself and for somebody else, and I can't if I don't get this help that I need. So it was probably about maybe about 2013, no, maybe 2013 to 2015, that I decided, that I decided it's time to get help. So if you don't know how to locate a therapist, you can do so online. You can also find out from your insurance company the therapists in the area that take your insurance. You can usually call the customer service number, and they can provide you with information, or go online, your insurance company's website, and they'll be able to find you. So I located a therapist, a black woman. I wanted her to look like me, so that she can really understand me, right? And I think that it's important to for people to see, have, and hear people that are like them. So whatever you are and whatever you are like, you should have somebody that are like you, because they will understand you, right? So I wanted a black woman because I am a black woman. And so I started attending therapy, and we would meet, I think, like every week. Was it twice a week? I think I went twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays every week. And I was getting the healing that I needed, right? It was working. What I can say, therapy is hard. It has a great end result, but it is hard because the things that you have suppressed for years and years, you have to dig into. You have to bring it up, right? You have to open that box so that you can heal, get those things out, so you can figure out what it was, what it wasn't, what it is, what it will be, right? And so having to dig deep in my soul, that the things that I suppressed for years, and talk about it to get healing, it was so hard, and it was emotionally draining. Like, I thought the things that I've been through, that I went through, I should say, was emotionally draining. Therapy was emotionally draining, okay? But it was helping. And every day I was like, thank you, God, because like I feel like if I didn't get engaged with therapy when I did, I don't know. I don't know where my mind would be. I don't know what would have accomplished today if my mind wasn't right. So I never finished. Well, I never finished sessions, but with therapy, you kind of never finish. I mean, you can keep your therapist for years and years and years, as long as you live, because life happens. Life will always happen, right? It may not be a traumatic experience, but you still may want to talk to your therapist about, I got a new job. I'm in a new relationship. It's always something that you need to process, right? We're always evolving, and with every evolvement, there comes something different that you have to think about. You have to process decisions. But I had stopped attending my therapy because I had an insurance change, and well, not even an insurance change. I stopped working, so I didn't have insurance, so I couldn't see her anymore. And still to this day, I haven't been back, but I know that I need to get engaged again because there's things, you know, there's still things that I have to work through from way back when that are carrying over until last year, this year. It never stops. And then just good positive things that I just want to process. So I just encourage anybody that is going through any single thing. I encourage you to reach out to a therapist. And when you reach out to a therapist, essentially you're reaching out. Therapy essentially is under the category of mental health, right? That's when you go like for insurance and stuff, that's what it is. It's considered mental health. Therapy is mental health. And so when I started going to my therapist, she did diagnose me with a mental health disorder. She diagnosed me with mild depression. So, wow, that's the first time I ever said that out to anybody. Okay. So, she diagnosed me with mild depression. She said that I didn't need, medication or anything because my depression is more so situational. My depression comes when there's a life event or when there's something going on. So I didn't need medication daily to, cope or anything like that. And when she diagnosed me with mild depression, it clicked. Everything clicked because all the years of dealing with everything that I dealt with, when those things were occur, it wasn't just sadness. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm sad right now, I'm hurt right now. It's a day or a week I'm hurt. Like my sadness and my pain and my guilt, just everything, it stuck with me for long. It stuck with me for a long time, months at a time. But I never thought, anything of it. I just thought, girl, you emotional. Girl, you always crying. Girl, you always sad, right? Because I am emotional. But it wasn't. And when she said that and she explained how she got to that, I said, wow, right? Like, wow. And so even though now I'm not engaged in therapy currently, I still am so grateful for making the decision to go despite my fear of going. I went because I got something out of it. I know now that I suffer from mild depression, and it usually is onset by events and different things occur. And I know now if something happens and if I'm feeling down, I know like, okay, I'm going through an episode, I'm having a depressive episode, and Brendan, it's okay. Like, it's okay. It's okay. Like, if you cry, if you're sad for months, it's okay. It's not you, right? You can't help it. You have depression, right? And back to what I said at the beginning about stigmas regarding mental health, because I hear a lot of people when they're sad or they're upset or something happens, they're like, oh, I'm depressed. Oh, I'm depressed. And before, in the field of social work, when I got in the field, I was like, what? Okay, now don't be saying that. Relax, because you don't know people's stories. People really dealing with this stuff out here. But then when I was diagnosed with depression, it clicked. It's like, please find another word to use, because you don't know if you don't have that depression, if you weren't diagnosed with depression, you don't know what it feels like. You don't know what it is. And I can't imagine those who are suffering from major depression in life, major depressive disorder. You are loved. I love you, because my depressive episodes are tough for me, but to have major depression and to have PTSD and to be living depression every single day is hard. To have to be on so many medications just to cope It's hard. It's a hard thing. And I know it because I see it. I work in the field, so I see it every day. And I just want to send love and encouragement to anybody who has a mental health diagnosis, whether it's depression, whether it's ADHD, whether it's schizophrenia, whether it's a mood disorder. Like, whatever you have, you are loved and you will be okay. You are going to be okay. Take your medication. Don't be ashamed to take your medication. You need it. It helps you. It helps you to get day to day, which is needed. You have to live. You have to continue living. You cannot give up. You cannot. And if your doctor if your doctor switches your medications regularly or all the time, if you don't think that that's something, speak up for yourself. You are your best advocate. If you don't like that medication the way it makes you feel, speak up, right? Because you are not a test subject. You are not a guinea pig. We cannot let these doctors who are here to help us hurt us by just giving us so many medications that our body shuts down, that we are so drugged up on medications for our mental health diagnosis and disorders that we can't function, that we can't get jobs, we can't go to school because we can't function. Speak up for yourself, love yourself, know that it's okay. It's okay. In my field of work, I see kids, yay high, 5, 6, 10, 12, being on so many medications, so many diagnoses, and it saddens me. But I've seen kids who are diagnosed with mental health disorders and they are on their medication, and I've seen kids who are diagnosed and they're not on their medication. It's a huge difference, and it's sad, but the medication sometimes, not all the time, not most times, sometimes is needed. It is needed. But I just want everyone to know that you're not alone in this world. We all go through things. We all experience trauma. We all experience life. It's life, right? Our God, He created us, whoever you believe in, okay? You just plug that name in for you. But our Creator created us, right? To have life. We're here, right? We have to make the best of it. We're going to do things that we regret. We may not regret it. We're going to do things that help us. We're going to do things that hinder us. But the thing is that, did I wake up today? I did. Because somebody didn't. Somebody got shot. Somebody overdosed on those medications that they were taking. But I did it. So we have to be one with ourselves. We have to love ourselves enough, despite what we are going through, to know that I am worthy, right? Despite my diagnosis, despite my trauma, despite what my mother did to me, despite what my father did to me, despite what my uncle did to me, despite what happened to my grandmother, despite me getting kicked out of school, despite me losing my car, my house, my job, my family, despite anything and everything that I have gone through, I am still here. And because I am still here, I have an opportunity to be better. I have another chance at life. That's the mindset that you have to have. And even if, I want to make this clear, even if you aren't diagnosed with a mental health disorder and you are going through life, seek help. It is okay to go to therapy. Like I said, if I just want to talk about I got a new job, girl, I got a new job. You know, I do this and do that. Yeah, I feel kind of nervous about it because it is. But I feel kind of happy about it because it is. We all process different things. We all have different emotions every day. 10 emotions in a minute, right? But it's okay. Seek help. If you don't want to go to a therapist, I do understand. Trust me when I say that. I do understand. So what you can do is find somebody that's like-minded. Meaning, not somebody that may have a diagnosis or not somebody that's going through life, you know, that's having a difficult time, that's going through trials and tribulations. Like-minded as in somebody that is level-headed, somebody that you know, that you look up to. Talk to somebody that's positive. Talk to somebody that has your best interest at heart. Talk to somebody that is where you may want to be. It's okay to look up to somebody. We can be the same age, but if you're doing better than me or you have a different level of something else that I don't have, if you have skills and ambition or something that I don't have, it's okay to look up to you. It's okay to look up to somebody else. It's okay. Like, we all have role models. We all have something to look forward to. If we're not looking forward to nothing, then what are we doing? What life are we living if we have nothing to look forward to? We can't be complacent. We can't just sit here and exist. We have to exist but live, right? We were created to do great things in this world. We were created to live a life that he has created for us to live. Speak to somebody. And if you are watching this video and you want to speak to me, damn it, send me a message.